Great little way to start off. We got a good crew here on site today, which is great to see. And everyone online is trickling on, which is awesome. We are really lucky today because one of our trilogy members, Neil Ferguson, earlier this week was like, hey, I really want to, thank everyone that comes to the Summiteer every week, and I would really like to do something special. Can I bring donuts? And I said, yeah, sure. We all love donuts. So Neil brought donuts for everyone today. Thank you, Neil. Nice little treats. So those that are online, you're missing out on some delicious donuts down here at the lodge this morning. So, but yeah, thank you, Neil, for doing that. I really appreciate that. No Octave this morning, as she's going to be working a long day with a murder mystery tonight. So you guys are stuck with me today. So let's kind of dig into it. I kind of got a little bit different format. So we're going to kind of test out a new way of doing things and try to see how this goes. But let's start off by talking about Motion Month. We've got Motion Month still going on in the month of March, right? We've got a few more events still to happen. So these are specific events that will help you check off your bingo board for Motion Month. And so we've got the foam rolling class that Todd's teaching. We have Explore the Outdoors with Fawn. We've got actually 2 time slots for that. We had 35 or something for that next weekend. And so we actually opened up a second time slot. So she's going to do 2 tours of Nolte State Park and then a walk with or without your dog with Todd. So we had some members that kind of wanted some clarity with that. So you can bring a dog. You don't have to bring a dog. You can and you cannot. You don't have to. So, but these will be great events that you're able to kind of get your stamp on your bingo card. So last I looked, we had 30 bingo cards posted back there in Flow. I know some members have their own bingo cards that they're bringing to and from the facility. And so really excited to see the support there. Still got time. So I know there's today's the 19th and there's still 10 plus days left in the month. So plenty of time if you wanted to participate to get your bingos and get entered into the drawing at the end of the month. So plenty of time for that. Event review for this week. We're talking about the Thunderbirds game. Anybody in here go to that? The Hammonds did. The Hammonds right there. So we had took nearly 15 members to the Thunderbirds game. We were sold out for this event. So went to the Showware Center up there in Kent and watched the Thunderbirds. They won, which was always exciting. Makes it a little bit better. It is a lot of fun. This group that puts on the Thunderbirds games does a really good job of keeping you entertained throughout the game. They've got a lot of quirky little games that you kind of play throughout the actual sport. And so I always like the picture of Zamboni down here, so I wanted to make sure to add that. But and then when we booked the tickets, kind of funny enough, we somehow didn't put Seven Summits Lodge name on it. So when it came up on the screen, I guess my name came up on the screen. I was unintentional. I promise it was unintentional. But yeah, it said Jason Kamada rather than Seven Summits Lodge. So whoops. But it was a lot of fun. We had, like I said, great group of members that went on that, and just really cool. And like I said, it's just right up the road. Get into the amateur leagues, and so really excited. I just remembered that the soccer rain team is starting to play too, and so I was like, oh, maybe we should look at buying tickets for that. And we are working on getting tickets for the Mariners game opening weekend. So the Sunday of opening weekend, now that they finally signed the contract, we'll have information on that here in the next couple days. But we got great seats. I think it'll be like $25 or somewhere, maybe $25, $30, but they're down in the old King's Court. So it would be really nice seats that we're going to have for the Mariners game on opening weekend, which is really exciting. Oh, no, we didn't. But I asked them, did you do chuck a puck? Where you chuck the pucks into the cars and the buckets and stuff? And And Jocelyn and Octave were saying, oh, we kind of didn't quite realize that until it was kind of too late. So, but they had, I mean, this is pictures from where they were sitting. They had great tickets. So they were able to see the whole ice and get a good spot. So glad the people that we book from always do a really good job, because we're always on the end where the Thunderbirds score the most. So they shoot at this goal twice out of the 3 periods. So it works out really, really, really good. And when they're scoring a lot, what was the score of the game? 4-1? 5-1. When they're scoring a lot, makes it pretty fun to watch. So glad we were able to host that event. Yep.
Go up there, do we?
So we do offer kind of a bunch of different ways. I think what we're doing for this one is we'll probably ride the light rail, and it's optional, but we'll ride the light rail in from Angle Lake. And that way you don't have to deal with the traffic as much. So we'll probably do it that way and ride the light rail in from Angle Lake and then go watch the game and then ride the light rail home, or at least back to Kent area, wherever that is, and then drive back. Some members grab their own tickets and drive up there and park in the garages or whatever. Some members will grab tickets early and spend the weekend up there. It's really flexible in that regard. But typically the whole group will go, most of the group will go on the light rail or whatever we set up. So sometimes we'll do the Sounder. I don't think the Sounder will run quite yet for that. But we'll definitely do the light rail for sure. It's a little bit easier. One Day University. So we've got a few more events for the rest of the month. Mount Rushmore, Impressionism, John Williams, and Beatles in Stones. And then we're working on getting the list for April. And so I think Octave's got 10, 11 events that we're booking for April. So we're kind of finishing up the details on that. Once again, One Day University, the online seminars and lectures by professors throughout all the universities in the country. And these are their specific professions. And so they're able to obviously speak really well on these topics, and really easy platform to be on. We had a little bit of technical issues a couple weeks ago, not us, but they did. But for the most part, it works out really well, and you're able to interact with the professors in real time, which is pretty slick. Happy Hour Boost. So this is a new event that we're doing. We're calling it Boost. So Happy Hour Boost. We're going to have our first one next Wednesday, March 23rd. And really what the boosts are going to mean are they're going to be promotional days that we're going to focus in on an upcoming event. So the one that we're going to do on the 23rd is actually going to be focused on our night at Seven Summits Casino on April 9th. And so we bought one of the spin wheels, prize wheels, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what you call it. But we've been just sitting in the office just spinning it and playing our own version of Wheel of Fortune, kind of. So, we'll basically we've got this prize wheel, and so everyone can come through. They're coming to Happy Hour that night, can come spin, win, free appetizers, free desserts, free cocktails, whatever, but also free tickets to the event. And there'll be some tickets for the VIP experience that we'll have as well. That will be on that. All complimentary. You don't have to pay to enter in that. It'll just be come down and have some fun. So the ambassadors that are representing this event, which is Octave, Fawn, and Jaden, they will be here to talk about the event and promote it and help anyone if they want to register for the event. They'll assist with that and then execute the prize wheel, which will be pretty fun. So, yes.
It's Happy Hour, it starts at 3, right?
Yep.
And then the food doesn't come until 4, is that right?
Well, food's available at 3.
Okay.
Yeah, food's available. The specials are where we run into the more trickier things. Typically, our specials start at 5. So if there's dinner specials, those will start later. But Happy Hour starts at 3. Yep. I keep wanting to look up there, but I remembered I've got it. It's a little different today. It's down here on my screen. So brunch, we've got brunch on Sunday, March 27th. Dino's doing some different stuff this time. We've got Boston cream pie pancakes, vegetable quiches, dessert crepe station, and then all the goodies. Hash brown casserole, bacon, sausage, breakfast pastries, all the deliciousness that we have going on. So really excited to have that. Last few brunches have been really well received, and so we're excited to keep offering this every month. And as we get really into the next 2 months, both April and May, we'll actually have 2 brunches because we'll have Easter brunch and still the Sunday brunch. And then we'll also have Mother's Day brunch and also the Sunday brunch. So a little bit different in scale and sizing, but we'll have 2 brunches in the next couple months. 7 Summits Lodge Site Sears. So last day of the month, March 31st, we're going to Chinatown. I think this event is actually almost sold out. There's only like 1 or 2 spots left, but really fun event. So for those that don't know, the SSL Site Sears is kind of our day trip tour guide club. And I know on the member clubs portion of MTL, there's about nearly 30 people that register for that. So every time we post it, it kind of goes to that group especially. But anyways, we're going to Chinatown to be one of those events where we meet here at the lodge. We're going to drive up to Angle Lake Station, take the light rail into Chinatown. Once we're in Chinatown, we're going to meet up with a tour guide from the Wing Luke Museum, and they're going to kind of take us around town, show us around a little bit, and then we always like to build in some free time for the members to do whatever they want. So we'll have, after the tour, we'll have a couple hours to go explore and eat lunch and do some shopping or whatever you want to do in Chinatown. And then we'll meet back at the museum, Wing Luke Museum, to do a tour of the museum and our own self-guided tour of the museum and kind of see what's going on there. So I'm really excited to go on this event. Wing Luke Museum is a Asian Pacific museum, but specifically focusing in on Japanese Americans. And so I know from my past or my family's past, there's could be some opportunities where I may recognize some photos, and so or names of folks that are in the museum. So I'm kind of excited to go there and check it out and see if my family's in there. So I've never been. Somehow, I mean, we were just in Chinatown last weekend, but I've never been to the museum somehow. So excited to go experience that. I mean, we've got, like I said, there's only 1 or 2 spots left for that. So if you're interested in that, make sure to get signed up pretty quick for that. Should be a lot of fun. And just a different experience, right? I don't know how many people walk Chinatown around here, but it's really, really fun experience and got a lot of different stuff. Whew, great food, really great food. So next event is our night at 7 Summits Casino. So like I was talking about, April 9th, we've got a night at 7 Summits Casino, which would be really fun. We've got 2 different styles of events. One is the VIP experience, which the intent with that is, hey, if you want to come to the party, but you don't want to be around a ton of people, the VIP experience will give you access an hour early, and you'll be able to play all the games and eat all the food with less people around, which is a little more COVID friendly for some. So that's a great opportunity. And then we also have the general admission an hour later. And we hired a company. They're bringing all the blackjack tables and roulette tables and craps tables, and they'll have dealers, professional dealers and everything, past appetizers. It's going to be a lot of fun. So excited to have that event. And will really kind of be our big push for that over the next couple of weeks. So excited to put that together. And really, we haven't done the kind of the casino, an actual casino here at the club. I know a couple years ago, we took a group to a casino, which was a lot of fun, which we probably need to book again. We just haven't had quite the time, but that would be another trip to book again. But, there is, some great casinos around, and I know it's always a fun experience as long as you take it as entertainment. It's always a fun experience. And so it was really cool that we were able to find a company that'll come to the club and bring all the equipment and everything and just have fun. So look forward to hosting that April 9th. Another event, another SSL Site Sears event. So another day trip. We're actually going to Skagit Valley Tulip Festival. So this should be a lot of fun. We're going to go Tuesday, April 19th. This one will be a lodge-to-lodge experience. So since it's kind of a 2.5 hour drive up there, we decided to rent a bus for this one. So it's going to be fully chartered all the way through the event, which is pretty cool. So we're going to meet here at the lodge. Bus is going to pick us up. They're going to take us up to the first set of gardens. I think it's going to be Tulip Town, if I remember correctly. So we're going to go to Tulip Town, have a great experience there, be able to walk the gardens. For anyone that's never been to the Tulip Festival, you've got to go to, especially, I mean, the colors are unbelievable. The tulips are awesome. I know the daffodils are blooming right now, which is really cool, but the tulips are ridiculous up there if you haven't been up into Skagit Valley. So anyways, we're going to stop at Tulip Town, go and do the garden experience there, and then we're going to get back on the bus, and we're going to go to a little town just outside of the Tulip Festival called Le Conner. It's kind of on a little water causeway there. A cute little town, tons of shopping, tons of restaurants. So we're gonna stop there and have a little lunch. We won't have a ton of time to do a lot of shopping there, but we will stop and have a little lunch, be able to walk around. And they got a cute little ice cream stand and a cute little bookstore, and a bunch of just kind of a lot of little shops and really great food there. So we'll stop there, have a little lunch, spend a couple hours there, hop back on the bus, and they'll take us to the next garden, which is Rosengard, and then we'll enjoy the tulips there, have fun at that place, and then we will make the long trek home. So, but you can take a nap on the way home. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So that's the beauty of the bus. So we drove last year, and last year was a great experience, but it is a lot of driving, and so this helps kind of eliminate that, makes it a little bit easier for you, and you can kind of now just enjoy the experience, and like I said, take a nap on the way home if you want. So, yes.
I think do one or two of those.
Yep, all that. Yep, all that's covered in the price. Yep, the only thing that isn't covered in the 150 is lunch. So we figured everyone can go find whatever lunch they want. But yeah, that'll pay for both gardens. You have to pay for both of them, and the bus trip and the planning process and all that kind of stuff. Yep, but all is included in that price. Yep. Any other questions about this event? No. Last year we had, like I said, we drove last year, but last year we had, I don't know, you went last year, right? We had like 15 people go last year. Yeah, it was a good group last year. Yeah, we did cater lunch. It was, yeah, last year it was our first time doing it, so we asked all the members to drive on their own, and then we went to the gardens and we brought lunch. Chef Dino had made lunch that Doug and I could put together, and so we went to the back of the parking lot. It worked out really great, right? It was great sunny weather, and so we sat back in the back of the parking lot on the grass lawn, and everyone brought picnic chairs, and we put up a nice buffet, and everyone went through that, and we all kind of just sat around a big circle and enjoyed it and had a lot of fun. So it was a great experience, but definitely it was we were like, hey, we can do more and offer more to the membership, and so it's a lot of fun, and the experience at the tulips is unbelievable. And you can buy the tulips, you can buy bulbs, buy cut flowers. Rosengard's got some other gift store type stuff that you can buy there as well. So it's a great experience. I go every year. I've been every year. Rain or shine, so it'll be a lot of fun. CBD Wellness. So on April 20th, we are going to be doing a CBD Wellness class. So we kind of interviewed a bunch of different CBD companies and found one that is really digs into the science behind CBD. And so they've got this huge presentation on CBD and the effects and the chemical makeup and all that good stuff. And so they're going to come on Wednesday the 20th from 5 to 6:30 and do a CBD class and kind of talk about what it is, how to use it, what effects it has on you. And so we're going to have that. And then Chef Dino's doing some appetizers to go along with it, and then we're adding CBD tinctures to the food to kind of show the effects. So really, really cool experience that we're going to have I think there's going to be an option to purchase some of the products, but I can't remember the names. Great question. We tried to get the vendor. We have a vendor that we use for, like some of the clubs in Arizona have CBD products on their shelves. And so we tried to get a hold of them, but they were unable to fly all the way up here to do it. Cascadia Hemp Company is who it is. And so we went through, I mean, he's got this slideshow that's like 100 slides long. So very detailed, very, very professional. It'll be really good. So anyways, we're going to have that. Something a little different. We definitely haven't done anything along that line ever here at the club. So it'll be really exciting to do that. Yes?
Are the appetizers included in the 20?
They are included in the 20. Yep. Included in the 20.
Yeah.
Ready.
A couple of nice trips we made in the past. One was the Museum of Fire.
Yes.
Another one was Emerald Downs.
You know, I was just thinking about Emerald Downs the other day. It's funny you mentioned that. I am kind of looking, what are we doing for May? Because May's coming up. So we got a planned May's trip. And then a little early for Emerald Downs, but yeah, definitely into the summertime. Emerald Downs is a great trip. And then Museum of Flight. We've been trying to book Museum of Pop Culture, the MoPop, and paired that with the Glass Museum, Chihuli's Glass Museum at the same time. They're really short-staffed, and so they haven't been able to be very helpful in a timely manner. And so they were supposed to be the February one. We ended up pushing it, and we thought we'd do it in March instead of the Chinatown one, but it just kind of hasn't worked out. So we're eventually hopefully going to get to that one as well. But the Site Sears group isn't necessarily a museum touring group. It's more of a city or area kind of touring group. So sometimes we pair it in there, sometimes we don't. But and then tonight, you know, we got busy night tonight. We got murder mystery this evening. We got 100 members coming for that. Our ambassadors that we talked about, the event ambassadors that are grabbing a hold of events and working on all the planning and coordinating with all the vendors and coming up with the menus and running the events, started this week executing some of their events. So they did the Thunderbirds game, St. Patty's Day member mixer on Thursday. They're doing the one murder mystery tonight. They've had, you know, they've kind of encountered some bumps, but they're doing a really good job, and I've been really impressed so far. And it's really cool to see this group of this team really step up to the plate and you know, kind of help out and kind of learn some new things. And some things we kind of, you know, my style is I kind of let them make mistakes, you know, and fail in some aspects, but with the expectation that they're going to learn from it. So they've had some really great experiences this week that already are going to see changes for tonight, which is pretty awesome. But it's been really cool to see the team step up and really grab a hold of this. You know, Happier Hour Boost, that was out of the ambassador group. They came up with this idea to help advertise and promote more events. The bed and breakfast kind of group kind of came up with a new way of kind of doing itineraries and having a little more access to that, which is pretty slick. So really exciting, the ideas coming from the ambassador group and really the development process. So right now they're working on May because April's pretty much done. But we were, you know, kind of working on our mash party for May, and obviously we've got Mother's Day and Derby and Tulips and Derby events, and so lots of stuff that we're continuing to try and stay ahead of. So next slide is more just questions, but the other things I did want to talk about is we had Robert brought in the carpet cleaning crew, so they were in here this past week shining up the carpets, which has been great, and some of the furniture pieces. We had, I think the lift is still there, unfortunately, but he updated some of the lighting, which has been great. The fitness equipment got a full tune-up on Monday, which was awesome. restaurant equipment. Got a full tune-up a couple weeks ago, which has been really great. So Robert's been really awesome at staying ahead of kind of that preventative maintenance, which has been really needed. We will be, closing the pool here in the next 2 to 3 weeks, as that'll be down for our normal annual 3-week maintenance. So where we pretty much gut the entire thing, refinish everything and clean it all up, and then reinstall everything back into place. So that takes a bit of time, and we drain the water and deep clean the insides of that pool operation. So in addition to a couple other things we've got earmarked for it. So really excited to get that, as that's kind of our normal annual maintenance for that.
I didn't hear how long will the pool be down?
3 weeks, usually about 3 weeks. Yeah. I think last year we were down for just under 3 weeks, like by a day or two. So we've got to fly people in from New Jersey and from California to work on it. We partner with the trades locally, the hydraulic companies, and another dive crew in Seattle, and then partner with the group out of Holland to making sure that they're remote into the system to help anything that's needed there. So it's quite the coordination to keep everybody on the same page and plan it. And but it definitely takes, just to fill the pool alone takes 5 days. To heat it takes another 3 days. So that process alone takes a little bit of time. So we try and do it as quick as we can, but there are some 66,000 gallons of water. It takes a little while to fill it up from our garden hose that we put into it. So yes, yeah, yes. Duplicates. Yep. Yeah, we do know there's kind of a little bit of, for those that don't know, MTL went through an update the past couple weeks. They've actually done 2 updates in the last 2 weeks. And so some of that's caused some duplicates. And then we were kind of going through and updating stuff for April. We only got a few days in and then kind of ran into some issues. So some members email, hey, only fitness classes are up to this day. And we know it. We're working on it. We'll probably have it all fixed by probably early to mid next week. So, yep, we're loading them. We're loading them right now. But yeah, it'll probably be middle of next week. We'll have them all up and loaded and everything. So, taking a little bit longer.
Could you explain the schedule that the pool is on with the raising and lowering of the water?
Yes, I can. Do I remember off the top of my head? No. So let me look it up real fast. So we do have specific days that the pool is scheduled to be at certain depths. That's what you're asking, right?
Yeah, because when I brought my family, one time it was good and the other time it wasn't. And I'm thinking it's kind of nice to have it shallow. During family swim, we can always adjust the depth. We usually give priority to the first person there. And so first person there, they can choose the depth. So sometimes the grandkids are there, they want it at 3 feet, we can put it at 3 feet. It's just outside of the family times, we try and stick to the schedule. And that schedule is, this is the new member orientation, which is the quickest thing I could pull up. So schedule is Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, it's at 5 feet. Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, it's at 4.2. So that's our typical schedule. But during family swim, like I said, we can always adjust it. Just let the concierge know, or one of the porters walk around. They can make that adjustment, definitely. Good question, though. Yes. Yep, shoot. I like it. You were explaining this group that's helping.
Yes.
Activities and stuff. Who are they?
Yeah, so our event ambassadors are a group of employees, team members that have expressed interest in taking on additional responsibility here at the club and helping out more and being more involved. Really, they have ideas and dreams of developing within the company, which is what we expect. And so they've, over the last 3-4 weeks, they've been meeting every single week and planning events up through, like I said, we're working on May right now. So they've been doing the decorations, the menus, the
timing, working with the company for tonight for Murder Mystery, working with the company for the casino night, DJs, bands, whatever it may be, and kind of booking all of those events. And so it's given them the opportunity to experience something that they don't normally get in their normal position. So they're either concierge or servers or server assistants, and so they typically wouldn't have the opportunity to do this. Not only that, it kind of gives them an understanding of what's all involved with all the events that we do, right? I mean, if you look this week alone, I was doing interviews with catering coordinators this week, and they're like, well, how many events do you do? And I was like, well, let me tell you. So, we offer anywhere from 3 to 12 events a day if you add the member clubs in there, which does take time. They are member led and member ran, but there's a lot of time to set them up and get them loaded into the system and promote them and all that stuff. But, just this week alone, we had Cooking University on Tuesday, Cooking University. We had Barrel Master Locker, Wine Dinner, Thunderbirds. That was all on a Tuesday. Wednesday, we had Cooking University again and Happier Hour. Thursday, we had Shamrock Walk, St. Patty's Day mixer, and that was it for Thursday. Yesterday, a little bit quiet. Today, we got Murder Mystery for 100 people, and then tomorrow we have National Storytelling Day. So just in 1 week time, there's 10 events that we have to plan and stay on top of, let alone the member clubs and all that. So, and on the other side of it, no Paula around either. So we've really reached out to the team and asked those that want more opportunities and want to learn more of that side of the business. And so we've had about a half a dozen people step up and say, hey, I want to be a part of that and I want to help out and do what I can. And so it's been really great to see, and I'm really proud of the work that they've done. And they will continue to make some hiccups along the way and stutter a little bit, but they're overall doing an awesome job. So really excited.
Well, I've done on a little bit of lower scale, and I just want you to know how much I appreciate everything that happens, because we just walk in and it's great. You've taken hours and chairs and furniture and all the stuff you put outside and have to bring back in and all the cleanup, and it's awesome.
Our team does an amazing job at trying to provide a great experience, and we don't hit home runs every time, and there are definitely times where issues arise, and some of them preventable, some of them not, but in the grand scheme of things, the team does an awesome job. So we're really happy, really proud too.
Well,
so
it doesn't go just right, it's called great.
That's right. Thank you. Yes.
Since kudos are flying around. Right
Oh,
now,
okay.
I remember
It's the donuts, Neil. Thank you.
About the problems of hiring anybody. I think you've done a great job. The people that I've met here, the new ones, have a terrific attitude.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that, and I think that I have some members that we do have hiring challenges, and with the location and the things that we have going on can sometimes be different than most of the rest of the area, and so it's hard to kind of convince people what we do and how we do it and how it's different, and getting them to kind of take that leap of faith into it. But I think in general speaking, we work really hard to just find good people. And I think that's what continues to motivate me, as sometimes we are short-staffed. And I had a call with the corporate office this week, and they're like, well, stop being so dang picky, and let's just get some people in there to help you out. And I'm like, I understand. Like I really like to not have to work so hard, but at the same time, it is really important that we hire good people and people that are going to take it.
They have a really good attitude.
They do. They really good. So I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And we do have quite the process, and it is to make sure that anybody that we hire is hospitality driven and members first mentality, and maybe don't have the skills or experience that typically would be required in that position, but have the heart and the soul to get through it. So I appreciate that. Thank you very much. We did hire one catering coordinator who started last night, Cecilia. So we do have a new catering coordinator, and you'll see her tonight. She's going to do a murder mystery, and then we also have a private event in Hudson's, and so she's going to kind of bounce back and forth. But you'll meet her over the next couple of weeks. I was going to have her come in this morning to do Summiteer Live, and I was like, I want you to work tonight. So she'll be in at some point. But Cecilia, she's awesome. She was the president of preschool over on Browns Point, and so where her kids attended, and so she's got an event and catering background, so it's gonna be really nice to have her. So, but I'm actually looking for another one, so I got 2 other promising interviews this weekend. So we'll probably have 2 catering coordinators, and that's significant for everyone here because they're the ones that help drive all the member events and bring all that creative content, that innovation to produce events all the time. You know, my saying to them over the many interviews lately is, you know, you have to take a room like this, like Hawks Fest, and you have to make it exciting every time. You know, we did Chinese New Year, and then 2 weeks later we did Mardi Gras, and 2 weeks later we did, you know, St. Patty's Day. And how do you make it a fun and exciting space every time? How do you make it, you know, unique for the members that are coming to each one of those events? And so that's the challenge. That's also the exciting part for those that like to be creative and innovative in that regard. So Cecilia is going to do an awesome job. She's very crafty. She's very creative, and I mean, she's got her own craft room at home. So she's already brought, like last night, she's just had a whole list of stuff. We could do this, we could do this. She's looking at all the member clubs. It's like, oh, I wonder if the member clubs would like to do this, and that club would like to do that. So I love it. She's already got ideas. That's the type of spirit I want. So she's going to do awesome. And then, and like I said, we got a couple other qualifying candidates this weekend that are coming in. So we hope that one of those work out too. So, but yeah, busy. And, you know, the club is busy. And as masks have gone away, you know, we continue to be, you know, just keep moving forward. Like I said, this week alone with the amount of events, they're all sold out events. They're all 100+ people events, or the Thunderbirds were sold out and Cooking Universities were sold out. And so we know that and appreciate the member support in that regard, but we have to do more to making sure to kind of satisfy the thirst for all that stuff. So we need the team to accomplish that. So it's good to have the amount of ambassadors we do, you know, Chef Dino, myself, Robert, Nate, everyone's minds coming together to really accomplish, Catherine's, everyone's minds coming together to really pull all that. So it takes a team, takes a community for sure. So, and actually member ideas too. I mean, karaoke was a member idea, and coming out from the surveys, and the MASH party we're doing in May was a member idea, and so, you know, that helps as well. That's what helps drives us. So really exciting. Lots of fun stuff. Yes, Rod. Do I ever get my what? No, I did not. You know, with Paula gone too, I need to go get that thing. But no, I went to order it on Amazon. For those that don't know, I'm looking at buying like a small, like a mini donut machine. I saw one at a farmer's market, I don't know, 6 months ago in Port Townsend. And I was like, oh, that's all, they're tiny. You know, I was like, oh, I could buy that and just have that for Summiteer Live every week. You know, just a small little mini donut machine. Well, then I went to go buy the one on Amazon, and bad reviews, and they didn't have the size of the one I wanted. So I'm still in limbo with that. But why? I mean, we got Neil bringing the delicious donuts today. So, but yeah, we want to host that. So we still want to get that, but I haven't found the right one yet. Got to make sure it's reliable, you know. So.
Did you say that Paula is not here?
Paula is not. She's on maternity leave, so she's been gone since January. So we been treading water until she gets back. So yeah, she went on maternity leave a little early, and she'll be back probably end of April is what it's looking like. So soon.
Just a reminder, if those are interested, we're doing a shower for Paula and Danny on Tuesday from 1 to 3, and it's an open house type thing, so just come in and come out. She said she could get with Danny, so just wanted to give you an update.
She came what day is it? Today's Saturday. So she came Thursday night, and to St. Patty's Day Mixer, and her and I were having a meeting, and our meeting was supposed to be at like 5:30 or something like that. She spent like an hour in the member mixer because every member was just pulling at her, asking her questions, and oh Paula. So, it just warmed her heart. She actually bumped up her timeline a couple weeks because of that. So she's really excited to come back. She's got tons of ideas, but she really does miss the environment. She misses the community and everyone that had an opportunity to talk to her on Thursday. She was just so warmed and took all the tiredness of not sleeping for the past 2 months away. She was like, okay, yeah, I'm ready to come back early. So thank you for that. We're going to need to plan more of those so we can bump it 2 more weeks up. Would be really nice. So Tuesday, right? Tuesday, let's really try and push that. Oh yeah. Well, funny enough, her parents just purchased a home in Trilogy. They purchased a resale over here, and they closed like 2 weeks ago. So going to be real close to home, so anybody will be able to stop by. As we all know, the community really engulfs all the new members, and so her parents are going to be great. They're, I don't think, going to live here full time because they have a house in Seattle, but they will be around to help babysit a lot. So yeah, really exciting though, definitely. Yes.
I'm going to play the devil's advocate.
Yep.
I have expressed to you before, do you have a concern about all these people that have come in? A lot of people are not going to be able to sign up for a lot of these things.
Yeah, space, right? That's always the big question, right? Do we have enough space to do things? We are, to be honest, we are limited by the facility, right? I can't, the space can only be what the space is. But there's a lot of things that we do to help accommodate it, right? So St. Patty's Day Mixer, great example. We started that to be a Hawk's Nest only event, posted it for 40. We ended up getting, 55, so that was 15 on the wait list or whatever. We ended up bumping it up to 120 and put it in 2 tides. We didn't quite sell out of that. So we did 96. We could have done 120. So plenty of 24 spots available for that. Same thing for tonight, Murder Mystery. We could do 120. We were doing 98, I think, for tonight. So that didn't quite sell out. Cooking universities, and you're looking at like wine dinners and such, we're adding days. So Cooking University now is 2 days, both Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Wine dinners, if possible, are being extended. So I think that one in April is going to go Thursday and Friday. So a lot of times it's just multiple days, but usually what we're doing is starting in a smaller room with the expectation that once that sells out, then we can grow to a bigger room. So a lot of times when we start in Hawk's Nest, then we end up into 2 tides, right? Or start in Hudson's and then it grows, and so we move it to Hawk's Nest, and then that grows, and we move it to 2 tides. So
if your first room sells out, and then it says sold out, not a lot of people are aware that you've opened it up again for more people.
Well, that's why we've been preaching the wait list. So that's why we've been telling members, you got to sign up for that wait list because it helps us gauge the support. And so, like I said, the wine dinner for April, there's 18 people on the wait list. Okay, well, that's a pretty good indication that we need to add either more spots or another day. St. Patty's Day Mixer, like I said, we started off with 15 on the wait list. So that was at the point where we watch that daily, right? So we're able to go, okay, yeah, let's look at what are our additional options. So we continue to preach that wait list is significantly important to us because it helps us gauge what adjustments we need to make to accommodate everyone as much as we can. Yeah, it's been live for almost a year now. So, but
I've noticed many times when I'm seeing the wait list.
Yep.
And so how quickly do you post something there saying it's open again and take that sold?
If you're on the wait list, when we, let's say, for St. Patty's Day, we capped it at 40, and then we had 15 on the wait list. When we bump it to 75, it automatically adds all those people in.
And how do you know that?
You get an email that says you've been added to the event. Yep.
Just as a concierge, I just want to, we also call, lots of times we call that wait list to give them the first.
And so like wine dinner is a great example where we have 18 on the wait list right now. We're opening up Friday. I don't think it's quite done yet. We're still finishing up the links and everything for it. But what will happen is everybody on the wait list will be called, and then they've got, you know, hey, are you in or out? And you got kind of a time period. Let us know by the end of the day before we send it live. And so that way the waitlist people have priority for the following day. But if it's on the same day and then we're just increasing capacity, we just adjust the number and it automatically adds everybody that's in the waitlist. So, and you'll get an email for that. Yep. And just a reminder, while we're talking about little MTL quirks and things, don't unsubscribe from anything from us, because once you unsubscribe from everything from us. So I know Daily Digest, you know, it's a little annoying sometimes every single day. I just have it, so it goes into a specific folder every day. But if you hit unsubscribe from the Summiteer, from the Daily Digest, from any event registrations or anything like that, it'll unsubscribe you from everything that MTL sends you. And then you're really left in the dark. So just really be mindful about that. I know that some of those things are things we try and talk about frequently in regards to wait list and cancellation policies and all that kind of stuff. So good question though. Yeah, wait list is really important. And we've really taken advantage of the wait list. We actually did at the General Managers Conference I went to in November. I actually did a presentation on how to effectively use the waitlist, because we use it by far more than any of the other clubs and promote it more than any of the other clubs. We also have some different benefits because we're smaller and all that stuff. But we really do plan our events on a little bit of a smaller scale with the backup plans of growing it. And so that way we can, you know, sell out an event at 30, but if we get to 15 on the wait list, you know, what are our options? And we've got all those backup plans, especially since we meet every single week to talk about all that. We have a catering meeting every Thursday. And so we talk about all those things and make adjustments if we need to. So, and typically, you know, we try and get all that information as far in advance as possible, right? So a little bit hard to do if, I'm trying to think of an example, but, you know, maybe the week of the event, we all of a sudden get a ton of reservations and then end up having a wait list the same week of the event. It's hard for us to make some adjustments. So that's why we try. Most events are posted 30 plus days ahead. And so we try and, you know, find out, engage from there. Like wine dinner sells out pretty fast. And so we're able to know a month ahead, hey, we need to add another day or make an adjustment. Same thing, St. Patty's Day sold out. The original amount sold out, I think, 3 weeks ago or whatever it was. So we had plenty of time to make some adjustments and grow it. So, which worked out pretty good. So
if some of that is last minute, just from my viewpoint, if I'm not checking to see, and you've only got maybe 5 people or something, a phone call.
Yeah, it kind of goes in we like to do it. It's sometimes challenging, right? Because it's a lot of phone calls or a lot of events that may be going on. So that's why we tell everyone we'll try and do phone calls, but for sure everyone gets an email. And so, and really we try and remind everyone that, you know, if you went for the wait list for a Saturday event and know you're not going to be around on Saturday anymore, just try and remember to unregister from it. So that way you don't automatically get bumped into it. But you know, things happen. We understand. We're usually pretty flexible in that regard. But definitely know that everyone gets an email. At minimum, they get an email. So we try and call, but at minimum, they get an email. So good questions. Yes, Ginger.
We have some new books that were red books that were donated to the Utility Library, and if any of you want to take any of them before I have to go on this number shelf, I would appreciate it.
Lighten the load a little bit. Lighten the load a little bit. So, any other questions? No? Well, everyone, thank you all very much. We're getting bigger and bigger each week. I love it. Well.